My name's Riyadul Islam, and I'm Boshor Ali's manager. No, I'm joking. I'm his nephew.
So, can we begin by thanking you all for attending this event this evening? Some of you have come locally, others further off as far as Birmingham, London, Newmarket and Lowestoft. Some of you are really busy and have many commitments, and the fact that you have made time to attend this, we are very grateful. We have a full programme which will conclude with a 3-course meal, so don't go anywhere.
We are all gathered here to celebrate the great achievement of Boshor Ali. He has done outstanding work and still continues to help the community we call home. It is great to see that all of his effort has not gone unnoticed. Boshor has done projects with BSc and worked closely with the community of Suffolk. He has also been working internationally with his own charity to help people in Bangladesh. I have been motivated from my uncle's achievements to help others. It is not about what you get in return for helping someone, but your true kindness.
Now, can I please welcome Councillor John Cook, the Mayor of Ipswich, to come and say a couple of words.
Thanks so much. I'm going to keep my remarks brief because I'm sure there are going to be quite a few speakers tonight. But I'd like to pay my personal tribute to Boshor Ali, and also obviously as representative of the people of Ipswich. I've actually only lived in Ipswich for 22 years, and Boshor was already working hard for our community here in Ipswich, and obviously we think of the work he does for the Muslim community in Ipswich and the Bangladeshi community, but it goes much wider than that as well, than the work he's done for the whole of our community. I've also, having come here to Ipswich from a few miles up the road, in the wrong side of the border for most of you here, Ipswich is a much more diverse place than Norwich, where I was brought up, and I soon became aware of the way that our Muslim community is, charity is clearly at the very heart of the Muslim religion and the work you do, and the way that I've seen originally what I knew to be the Bangladeshi Support Centre, but now BSc Multicultural Services, the amount of work which is done across all communities and helping people across our town. And obviously Boshor has played a leading part in that and provide leadership for our organisation, but not just our organisation, but the other charitable work he does. I'm glad I'm going to be sitting beside him because I want to have a chat with him about the charity which does work in Bangladesh as well, because I'm fascinated by that, and I know that for most people here will have relatives in Bangladesh at the moment, and the horrific floods which are going on there at the moment, and I know that Boshor Ali is keen to assist further with that, and that's the kind of man he is. So he's fully deserving of the Suffolk Medal, and I was also obviously very pleased to see BSc Multicultural Services also awarded a Queen's Medal in the recent Jubilee Honours. So you're doing fantastic, mate. You still look very youthful. You must be older than you look because you've been around for so long, but I'm sure we got many, many more years of work from you. So thank you for what you've done. Really pleased you've been recognised, and look forward to what you're going to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for such a nice speech. The bit that got to me when you said when he looks young. Does he? Who else would agree on that? Could I welcome Councillor David Elmsmere, leader of Ipswich Borough Council, a great friend of my uncle, to come to the stage and say a couple of words. Thank you.
Thank you. It was interesting what the Mayor was saying about Boshor looking so young, because he's only a year younger than me. But as Sandy Martin so helpfully told me, he looks a lot younger than you. You may have seen that that recently I announced that I was going to stand down as leader of Ipswich Borough Council because I thought in May next year I'll have been doing it for 12 years, and that seemed like an awful long time. But when I think about how long Boshor has been working hard in Ipswich, over 30 years, I'm now feeling like a bit of a fraud and a bit of a lightweight because he's been absolutely tireless. It's since I became leader of the council mainly that I started working with Boshor through BSc, and I've always been absolutely astounded by the sort of dynamism and the energy that he's got. There's always a new project on the go. There's always something new to have a go at. So all of the good stuff that BSc, Multicultural Services, do, the day-to-day stuff helping people out, that's always going on. But, between us, we helped set up the One Big Multicultural Festival, which is now, firmly embedded in Ipswich's cultural calendar, and I'm really glad that after 2 years hiatus of COVID, we're going to have that back again this year, and that will be launched soon. And there's just a huge number of other things, and it's through working with BSc through that, and we've had some really good times, we've had some tough times as well that we've worked each other through, and it's through that I've come to admire Boshor, but also to regard him as a friend now, really good friend, and I think that will always be the case regardless of what I'm doing. I just do think that it is really so fitting that Boshor got this award, the highest award that Suffolk can offer. I can't think of anybody more deserving of it. It's not just the work through BSc, it's the cultural work he does, the Altazid charity as well. I'm absolutely blown away by some of the stuff that's gone there, the work on cataracts, about helping people to get into work as well. Fantastic work that's going on there. In fact, there's only one occasion that I've come across Boshor when he hasn't shown that energy and dynamism, and that's a couple of weeks ago when we did the Orwell Walk, and we weren't able to finish it, but we did 19 miles, didn't we, Boshor? That's what it says on the certificate, and that's our story. But even that, was a great event. A whole lot of us out there walking, doing our bit for the community and raising funds for people who were hardest hit. So, well done, Boshor. It's been great working with you all these years. We are now friends, and that's always going to be the case. Well done.
Our next speaker is Terry Hunt, former editor of East Anglian Daily Times and Deputy Lord Lieutenant of Suffolk.
Hi everyone, shall I keep the age joke going for a little longer? Right, well, I am definitely a lot older than Boshor, and I know I look a lot older than Boshor, and I've suddenly realised why he's so keen to have his picture taken standing next to me all the time. Firstly, thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful celebration tonight. It's absolutely marvellous. And a huge congratulations, my friend, on receiving such richly deserved recognition for your absolutely outstanding contribution to our community here in Ipswich and also in wider Suffolk. Boshor makes a difference, a really positive difference to the lives of so many people in Suffolk. He makes our town and our county a more inclusive and cohesive place, a better place, in other words. And as such, he's so deserving of his Suffolk Medal, which is the highest honour that can be awarded by this county to one of its own. A remarkable and thoroughly deserved accolade. BSc Multicultural Services, which he's led for so many years, is an organisation which, under his leadership, has grown and developed the services it provides. And recently, as other speakers have said, it was awarded the Queen's Award for voluntary services. And as one of Suffolk's deputy lieutenants, it was my pleasure and honour to help compile the nomination for BSc Multicultural Services. And as part of that process, I spent a few hours with Boshor and his whole team learning so much more about the organisation. I thought I knew what it did, how it worked, who it supported, but I didn't. I really didn't. And it was an awe-inspiring and really light bulb moment, I suppose you'd say. So as it approaches its 25th anniversary, the organisation is supporting more than 50 different nationalities and helps so many people in so many ways, and is thoroughly deserving of royal recognition. I know Boshor would say he has a great team, and that's true, of course he does. But every great organisation needs inspirational leadership. I'd just like to highlight two important events in which Boshor has played a leading role. The BME Business Awards started 6-7 years ago. Can't remember, something like that. And I know that they shone a really bright light on the breadth of the contribution of the BME community in Suffolk to the business world, and really helped to dispel some very tired and outdated stereotypes. Such an important initiative. And David Ellesmere mentioned the One Big Multicultural Festival, which I try to attend every year, and I'm so pleased it's back this year. It's a fantastic celebration of different cultures through music, through dance, and through food. And it, again, helps to break down misunderstandings and ignorance and prejudice and barriers. Fantastic event. And is a true celebration of the multicultural society which Suffolk has become. On top of all that, as we've already heard, he still finds the energy and time, because he's so young, for his own charity, helping the poor and the vulnerable in Bangladesh. Many, many congratulations, Boshor. Thank you so much for your amazing contribution to our community here in Suffolk. We're very, very grateful. But you've got to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you for such nice words. Now I'd like to invite Brad Jones, editor of Ipswich Star and East Anglian Daily Times, a good friend of my uncle, to come say a few words.
I will keep this relatively brief. I first met Boshor. I started at the paper as a reporter 26 years ago, and I met Boshor, I think, in about 1997. So we've kind of been through a lot, haven't we, in terms of telling those stories of all the work you've been doing. And the projects have gone from, quite sort of small, modest things to big, big projects that take a lot of time and energy to actually pull off. And Boshor has just been, he's genuinely one of the kindest, most generous people that I've encountered in 25 plus years in newspapers. He, as everybody has said, and as Terry just said, he makes a positive difference to Suffolk. And without people like Boshor, who put in so much of their own time and energy to make life better for other people, it would be a much worse place. So I hope your youthful good looks continue to light up the pages of the EADT and the Ipswich Star for many years to come. Thanks for everything you do. It's a pleasure for us to report on what you do, what BSc do, because that work is so important. So many congratulations.
Thank you, Brad, for your kind words. We now have another speaker, Stephen Singleton, Chief Executive of Suffolk Community Foundation, to say a few words.
You'll have to excuse me. I've just had an important phone call through from the Lord Lieutenant. And it says, Boshor, can you give back that medal? She didn't know that you failed the Orwell Walk. I'm so delighted that there is a chink in the armour. I mean, the fantastic words have already been said, so I can't really add to that. But I am going to read you this. I'm going to read the actual words on the back of the investiture brochure that was given away to the recipients last week, or the week before. What is the Suffolk Medal? The Suffolk Medal has been created as the highest award that can be made by Suffolk to an individual from Suffolk. The purpose of the Suffolk Medal is to recognise, reward and champion the exceptional contributions of Suffolk people that have made a fundamental, measurable and lasting difference to the lives of people in our county. And they are probably some of the most powerful words I've ever read from this podium up here. Sorry, I keep missing the mic. And it's absolutely true, Boshor, you really deserve that medal. I feel it's only my duty to mention, and I know you would want me to, that there are actually 4 medal recipients here in the party today. There's only ever been 11 medals given away. And we have James Buckle, James is there, who received a medal this week. We have Nigel Oakley here. Nigel, wave. And Nigel, I've only met Nigel for the first time tonight, but you won't mind me saying he's a true Suffolk old boy. He's a lovely man. So we've got the young side of Suffolk as well sitting next to you, Nigel. And I know you have great feelings about that. And then what a terrible thing to do to me. I had to follow Terry Hunt. Where's he gone to? He's there. Terry was one of the first recipients of the Suffolk Medal. So I don't think I've missed anyone, hopefully, and if I have, forgive me. The organisation I work for funds the voluntary sector, so we have an incredibly privileged position of seeing people doing extraordinary things every day of their lives. But every now and then, we see something really special that moves the team to go that bit further. And for your organisations you've been involved with, Boshor, we've got a relationship that will stay with me for the rest of my life, I know. So what it's done, when I was talking to the team about this, and Tim's plays a massive part here, sometimes we need inspiration because we're often faced by things that are very difficult in society. And we don't have to go very far to come and see you guys to get a massive lift. Whatever you're up to, it doesn't matter. The diversity of what you do is extraordinary. So from everyone at Suffolk Community Foundation, everyone here, and for the other medal winners, a big award.
I would like to invite Tim Passmore, Suffolk Police Crime Commissioner, a friend of my uncle, to come to the stage and say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, and it's a real pleasure and a privilege to be here, Boshor, and all your family, friends, and everybody else here. Well, there isn't really much left for me to say, but I have got a few things. Something about Boshor, I think I met him probably maybe nearly 10 years ago when I had the privilege to become police commissioner, police and crime commissioner, I'll get told off in a minute, for Suffolk. And the thing about Boshor that I think is really, really important, as a man, as a gentleman, as a true Suffolk person, you've got an enormous heart. It's so big, you're full of compassion, care, commitment, and as you heard everybody else say, boundless energy. And I know I've got a lot less hair than you, but actually, you just haven't changed a bit since I first had the privilege of knowing you. Always something to be done, always something for the greater good. And I think that's really, really important during what times at the moment can be quite troubled. And it's not just about our county town, great though that is, it's about the whole county. And of course, as you've heard, your international work, frankly, is a true accolade, inspiration, and an example to us all. I think one of the other things that's really, really important about BSC Multicultural Services, with all the team who work there, is what you're also trying to do not just from people from different backgrounds and cultures, but for our young people. And actually, our young people are our future. And my goodness me, there are some big challenges out there at the moment. So anything we can do collectively to help put them forward, give them the opportunity, the chances, the inspiration in order to progress and make Suffolk an even better county than it is, I think it is absolutely fantastic. So more power to your elbow. Do keep going. Suffolk does need people like you without a single doubt. The leadership and, as I say, the inspiration there. So to sum it all up, Boshor, as far as I'm concerned personally, you're an absolutely shining star for all of us in this great county. Please keep going, and I really do look forward to working with you more in the future. You're a fantastic bloke. Well done.
Thank you, Tim Passmore. I would now like to ask Mr. S.G. Rabbani, founder and advisor of Shah Jalal Masjid and Islamic Centre, to come and say a couple words.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and honorable guests. I'm very honored to be here tonight to celebrate the achievement of Boshor Ali. On behalf of our community, I would like to congratulate him on his Presidential Award and hope that Mr. Ali will continue his hard work in the servicing the community and wider society. We hope that his dedication to his work and his achievement are inspiration of our younger generation who also work hard in bringing our community closer together in goodness, which will be benefit us all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to grant Boshor the best of health and reward him in the both world for his effort. Thank you very much.
Goodness, what do I say after all that? Perhaps I start by telling you how he usually describes me. You old, and then we won't go on. You old, old, old. I do use selective hearing now and again, and I also blindside when it's appropriate to do so. The other thing he sometimes calls me is a friend, but I'm not quite sure why he uses the term. I've known him for, well, since he was a teenager at Northgate High School, usually outside the teaching room rather than inside it, but that wasn't really his fault, I must admit. Since then, he has done absolutely amazing things. And I've watched his career rise and rise and rise and expand and expand and expand, as you have heard this evening. I just think it's absolutely amazing and a wonderful award that he has received is thoroughly well deserved. I think I ought to stop there. Congratulations.
Thank you, Andrew, for your inspiring words. Our next speaker is Mahbub Alam Shamim, who is a good friend of Boshor Ali and has worked with him for many years, and also is the treasurer of BSc Multicultural Service.
I'm actually younger than him, but they've been working me hard. Look at me now. So. Good evening and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone is comfortable and enjoying a lovely day. We had a good weather as well, so thank you all for coming to share what an achievement by a dear friend of mine. I'm getting a bit emotional now, but this is a very proud moment for all of us here. And everyone here, I look around, is very close to this special man here. And the fact that you're taking the time out to be with him in a special moment, thank you so much for being part of it. I have known Boshor, how long is it? About 32, 33 years now. And I know all his secrets, so I'll tell you that. You know. But there is no secret with Boshor. You get what you see with him. If he says he's going to be with you and he's going to be doing things, he will do it no matter what. Doesn't matter what it takes to achieve his goals, he will do it. Suffolk Medal winners. Honestly, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. You are a top man. And honest and hard-working individuals, as I said, they will do everything to achieve what he's set out to do. He will put everything on the line to do good for others. And I thank you for everything you do. Over the last 30 years, you have given so much to our community, Ipswich and Suffolk as a whole, and not forgetting your tireless charity works abroad, mainly in Bangladesh, but other places as well. He's, like me, he's a founder member of BSc Multicultural Festival, Services Festival is coming, so yeah. And ever since we started with very little. And we will be celebrating our 25th year in 2023. So watch this space, obviously. But it couldn't have happened without the team that we have. Without everybody's pulling together, not just the current team of group of people, but everybody who's been part of the organization. And for most of it, Boshor was leading it. Thank you so much for leading us in the right direction. Ipswich is so much better for it. We try and include everybody and try and do our best to provide services in whatever area they need help. And as many of you know, we've just been earlier, and you mentioned it, we have been awarded the Queen's Award for all the work that we do in the community. It is such a good honor to be receiving something like that, to being acknowledged for our work. It drives us to do more in future. And thank you so much for supporting our work. I remember when you were trying to set Al-Tajir's foundation. We remember having all those meetings, so many meetings. He wanted to carry on his late father's. It's very close to his heart because his father was doing this sort of work on his own, and most of our uncles and fathers were trying to support the people back home in need. And Boshor was no different. He wanted to carry on this tradition. And look where we have come from, how, she started with very, very little, but, how many people it's. And I have seen, when I visit Bangladesh, I will get involved in the work he does. And I have seen him firsthand the amount of work that he does in the areas that very little happens. And it's very much appreciated what you do in Bangladesh with all the people that needs your help. And with your support, I urge everyone who knows about Al-Tajir to keep supporting it, stand by Boshor, and let us help all the people in need. And obviously, as you know, or some of you may know, it's a terrible flood taking place in Bangladesh at the moment. It's the worst in living memory. They're saying over 125 years, but none of us are 125 years here. So, and the real work starts now. The flooding is slowly going down, but obviously with diseases, the medical help, the food, the clothing. So please remember all those people who are in need, and whichever charity you support, but here obviously with Al-Tajid, please stand beside Boshor and try and support his charity work if it's all possible. Boshor, you are a wonderful human being, a genuine and humble, kind-hearted person. We will love you for it. For what you do, and also I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank his wonderful family, his wife, beautiful wife, and 4 lovely children. Without their love and sacrifice, you wouldn't have achieved what you achieved. So on behalf of everybody here, we thank his family for supporting all his work and the sacrifice you make. I'm very proud to have known you as a friend and a dear friend, I would say. And I would always be there for everything you do. I'll be standing beside you in whatever way that you need help. I will always be there, as I said. I thank you for being part of my life, being my friend as well. And I end with saying, may God bless you and your family abundantly. May Allah keep you in good health and grant you all the goodness in this world and hereafter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests. Thank you, Halima and Riyadh, for allowing me to say something. First of all, I say congratulations to my beloved friend, brother's colleague, Mr. Boshor Ali. Mr. Boshor Ali always do hard work for the community, and we all knows he support us. So I think he's very deserving the award that he's earned. Also, I'd say what an influence he has left behind for us. We all love to set examples. Think about what a legacy is left behind for those around us to remember and hopefully follow. It has proven us, ladies and gentlemen, today that hard work always repays us, and small acts can lead such event like this. I think he's celebrating because he's worried that I can meet his award. Nah, that's not true. We all here gathered here to celebrate, and congratulations him. So round of applause for Mr. Ali, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chowdhury. Now we have a young speaker who is the niece of Boshor Ali to say a couple of words. Zahra Islam.
Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you for joining us on this special day. My name is Zahra Islam, and I'm going to be speaking with you all about my relationship with my uncle and how he inspires me. At a very young age, my uncle taught me the importance of good morals and hard work. I feel privileged to have a solid and supportive family around me, especially hard-working people like my uncle to inspire me. I just want to express my appreciation for my uncle through this speech. Thank you, Mama, for always being our backbone and supporting us to become better. You always help us go above and beyond so we can achieve our real and full potential. We are really proud of you, and nobody deserves this award more than you. You are committed to helping our community and those in need, which is very clear by the Al-Tazid Foundation and the volunteering you do as Chair of BSc Multicultural Services. You give help to the poorest in Bangladesh through the Al-Tazid Foundation, which is named after my late grandfather. You have all the qualities of a good, respectable person, and because of you, his legacy continues. Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everyone, and assalamu alaikum. I want to thank Boshor Ali for requesting me to say a few words. We had as you can see, there were so many speakers. There was no need for another one. But being one of the last ones has its advantages, which is nobody else can contradict me after I finish. And the disadvantages, everybody else has covered what I was going to say. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. But In many ways, this is an important and historic event. As far as I know, Boshor is the first person from the ethnic minority communities in Suffolk to receive this prestigious award. I'm happy to be corrected on this, but since I'm the last speaker, well, penultimate speaker, that will probably go in history books as uncorrected. Now, huge congratulations, Boshor, and all the organizations you have been involved with in the past and continue to do so, particularly BSc Multicultural Services and Al-Tajid Foundation. When the early settlers from the Indian subcontinent and the Caribbean came to Ipswich and Suffolk after the devastation of the Second World War, they worked very hard and they helped to rebuild our country. The foundation of many of our community organizations and institutions were laid by those early settlers, most of whom have now passed away. It is important to remember their contribution and achievements because they were our real inspiration and our real role models, true heroes. To paraphrase Edmund Burke, posterity, that is present and future generations, will not remember you if you do not remember your ancestors. On a personal level, I am very happy Boshor has received this award, and there are two reasons for this. Firstly, as the Vice Chair and then Chair of BSc Multicultural Services, he has given so much to the local communities over a period of nearly a quarter of a century. I am glad this has been finally recognized. Well done, Boshor. And if I may add, this award came with the strings. 30 years done, 30 years more to go. By which time you'll be in your 80s, but still strong. Because he doesn't do the hard work, because still look at his hair. And look at me. You can tell who does all the hard work. Secondly, I wanted Boshor to receive this award so I could have a party. After 2 years of the pandemic, we needed an excuse to have a very big party. Luckily, Boshor did not read the small print, but I did. There was a string attached to that award, another one. There must be another party next year to mark the first anniversary of Boshor receiving this award. So I am already looking forward to that. On a more serious note, I am sure Boshor would agree with me, we would not have been here today without our supporters and well-wishers. Because nothing can be done by one person. It's teamwork. There are too many to name, but I will single out a few people. And if I haven't mentioned your name, please pardon me. Councillor David Ellesmere. What a pillar of support he has been over the years. Can't praise him enough. Stephen Singleton. Voluntary organizations were struggling in Suffolk until he came on the scene and really said we need to do more than what we are doing. And actually our work is in a sense a reflection of the vision and the foresight of Stephen Singleton and his team. Brad Jones. I can't say any more. That'll do. Terry Hunt. What an inspiration. Previous role and currently. Tim Passmore. Every time he comes to our office, he inspires us, we inspire him. Gulshan Kayambi, a very, shall I say, behind the scene catalyst for a lot of good things in Suffolk. Behind the scenes. I try to emulate her, but this is not working at the moment. Councillor David Goldsmith. David, you are a true star. What a great support over the years. Thank you very much for all your help. Terry Baxter, I don't think he's here, but Inspire Suffolk and Terry Baxter have been a great support over the years, and Councillor Inga Lockington. Amazing woman. And Tim Lockington just follows her. Before I conclude my remarks, I want to ask my colleagues from BSc Multicultural Services to join me on stage. My colleagues would like to personally thank Boshor for his passion, commitment, and dedication to our organization over such a long time. So guys, come along. BSc colleagues, come along. Come on the stage, please. We have a small gift to give to Boshor and a signed card from the staff of BSc Multicultural Services. Thanks to Shaira for coordinating all of this, again, behind the scene.
Thank you, Mr. Khan, for your kind words. And now we would like to ask my dad, Boshor Ali, to come on stage. As you all know, the purpose of this event is to celebrate his contribution and achievements over the last 30 years in recognition of his community service. On the 21st of June, he received the prestigious Suffolk Medal Award from Lady Clare, Lord Lieutenant of Suffolk.
Try not to fall asleep, everyone.
Oh, well, what can I say? It's been very overwhelming, and the words you guys said, I haven't got nothing to say. But I'll just do a little formalities and thanking everyone. So I'll start with Mr. Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening to everyone. I want to begin by thanking you all for finding the time to attend this event. This would not have been a success without your presence. Credit also goes to my family members who worked so hard to make this event happen at such a short notice. After receiving this prestigious award on Tuesday, 21st June at Framingham Castle from the Lord Lieutenant of Suffolk, I was humbled by the kind and generous comments and feedback I have received from so many people. As you know, I received this recognition due to my contribution to the people of Suffolk, especially the BME communities over a period of 30 years. During this period, I had the honor of working with our small but talented team at BSc Multicultural Services. The highlight came this year when we were awarded the prestigious Queen's Award for voluntary services on Thursday, 2nd June 2022. We were absolutely delighted to have been chosen, and Majloom Khan must accept most of the credit because of the excellence of his work over the last 2 decades. This, of course, would not have been possible without the dedication and commitment of my colleagues at BSc Multicultural Services, including our trustees, staff, volunteers, service users, friends, well-wishers, and funders. Heartfelt thanks to everyone for your continued support. BSc MS aside, my other main passion over the last 2 decades has been Al-Tajid Foundation. Established in memory of my late father, Tazid Ali. The charity has grown over the years and now supports tens of thousands of poor and needy people in Sylhet, Bangladesh. This is achieved through various projects and services. The video you have seen a few minutes ago provide an overview of its activities. I want to thank all our trustees, volunteers, both in Suffolk and Sylhet, donors, advisors, and beneficiaries for making Al Tajid Foundation such a successful charity. When I received a letter from the Lord Lieutenant of Suffolk informing me of the decision to offer the Suffolk Medal in recognition of my community services over the last 3 decades, I accepted this award on behalf of everyone I had worked with during the last 30 years. I could not have done this without their help, support, and goodwill, for which I am most grateful. However, I want to single out a number of people who have played an important role in my life and journey. I have known Andrew Campbell for more than 35 years, and he has become a member of my family during this period, guiding and supporting my work and activities. He is here today, and I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart. Mr. S.G. Rabbani, the founder of Shah Jalal Mosque and Islamic Center in Ipswich, has been a mentor and father figure. He has been an inspiration since I was a youngster. So thank you, Uncle Rabbani. Majlum Khan has been a friend for the last 32 years as we attended college together. Over the years, he has actively encouraged and supported my work and activities. I am most grateful to him. Voizul Islam and his family has also been a pillar of support for me. I want to publicly acknowledge their contribution and support, both in past and present. It would be impossible to thank all those who have helped me during the last 30 years. Some people will have gone unmentioned, for which I apologize. They know who they are, and some of them are in the room here. I value their advice and support, which means so much to me. Finally, I want to thank my wife. She is very special to me and has been by my side through all the ups and downs over the last 24 years. This makes me feel old, isn't it? 24 years, it's a long time, isn't it? But I still look good, don't I? Yeah? I don't look that old, do I? Okay. Yeah. I just have to do a little bit of dye and everything here and there. This is my secret, so. I also want to thank my daughters, son, and my sisters, nephews, nieces, and my brothers-in-law for their unfailing support and encouragement over this period. I could not have done any of my volunteering and charitable work without their patient support and cooperation. So once again, I really I thank you all for attending this event, and thank you all for supporting for me for over the last 30 years. Thank you.
I don't know what to say, I'm quite speechless. I'm a bit upset my name wasn't mentioned specifically, but yeah, it doesn't faze me. Thank you for such a nice speech. You will be glad to know that we are coming to an end of the speeches. I would like to invite Hassan Ali Khan, who is the son of Boshor Ali, to conclude the program.
Hello and assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Ali Khan. I want to express my family's thanks and appreciation to a number of people for making this event happen. And firstly, I would like to show great appreciation to Graham and his colleagues from Trinity Park for hosting us this evening. Their support and professionalism have made our task much easier in celebrating this event. My uncle, Boshor Islam, along with the Royal Juna, has taken great care of the catering that will be arriving shortly. In addition, I would also like to show them great gratitude for supplying this food at such short notice. Also, I would like to add a big thank you to all our guests for coming this evening. It's lovely to see you all here. Thank you for supporting my dad throughout the years. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Our programme is now completed, and you'll be glad to know that dinner will be served now. Thank you.